Welcome to Module 3, Lesson 6. This lesson will introduce you to the Excel Food Production Record tool and show you how to use it effectively. The purpose of the Excel Food Production Record is to simplify completion of food production records and use them as a planning tool. You must have Microsoft Excel to use this resource. The Excel Food Production Record is posted on the CACFP Center Resource site under Manual Forms Chapter 2A and in Iowa CNP Download Forms. Download the file and save it to a CACFP folder on your computer. Open the file and click Enable Editing and then Enable Content so you can follow along and complete the form. The file contains tabs across the bottom, a tab for the menu, 5 daily tabs, and 1 tab for the grocery list. The file opens on the Menu tab. To save time, this example has a menu entered for Monday through Friday. You will enter your own menu on this sheet. Breakfast on Monday is milk, pear slices, and banana muffin. The AM snack is fresh strawberries and Triscuits. Lunch on Monday is milk, meat lasagna, carrots, and kiwi. The grain for the meal is the lasagna noodles. The PM snack is mandarin oranges and a whole grain mini bagel. Click on the tab for day 1. Enter the name of your center and the date. The instructions state that starred items must be completed. This includes the actual number served, the reference age group, the menu, and the amount to prepare. The actual number served will be filled out after the meal. The menu is filled out according to what was entered in the menu sheet. Next, mark the reference age group for the planned serving size. The choices are 1 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years, and 6 to 12 years or adult. This information is useful when combining age groups. Instructions for combining age groups are in Chapter 2A. Clicking here will open up the website for the Food Buying Guide. This will help you complete columns 2 through 4. Next, check the box by each grain if the item is whole grain rich. In our example, Triscuits and the whole grain mini bagels are whole grain rich, so this box is checked. Columns 2 through 4 are optional, but used to determine the amount of food to purchase and prepare. The food buying guide will help complete these columns. Milk is required for breakfast and lunch, so the rows for these can be completed one time and used for all records. Enter GAL in column 2 from the drop-down box. The choices are gallon, quart, and half pint. When you select gallon, columns 3 and 4 are filled in based on the planned serving size above and the purchase unit here. According to the Food Buying Guide, there are 21.3 3/4 cup servings in a gallon of milk. This is the portion size for milk served for breakfast and lunch to children in the 3 to 5 age group. Since milk is a required component for breakfast and lunch, it is already filled in. If you change the reference age group, the milk planned serving size will change to correspond with the age group. If you change the purchase unit, the servings per purchase unit will update. Refer to Lesson 7 for how to combine age groups. Complete the milk for lunch using the same process. Click the tabs for the other days and you will see the information for milk is filled in now too. Pear slices are planned for breakfast. In this case, fresh pears will be purchased. Enter pears, fresh, in the search field of the food buying guide. Several options are shown. Select the one that is most similar to the way pears will be served at your center. The top one is raw, pared, sliced fruit. There are 7.9 quarter cup servings in 1 pound. We are using half cup servings, so there are half as many servings. 7.9 divided by 2 is 3.95. Enter pounds in column 2 and 3.95 in column 3 and half cup in column 4. The next item is a muffin. The standardized recipe for this menu item is either 25 or 50. Enter the word recipe in column 2 and 50 in column 3. If your center is smaller, you would enter 25 in column 3 for a smaller batch. For the planned serving size, enter 1 each in column 4. Using information from the standardized recipe, the component contribution of a muffin is 1 ounce grain equivalent. You could serve half a muffin if the meal pattern requires half-ounce grain equivalent for breakfast, if you wanted to serve a smaller portion while still meeting the meal pattern requirements. Next, under the estimated number to be served, which is 50 for our example, the amount to prepare is calculated for you. This is the planned amount to prepare. Fill in column 7 with the actual amount prepared if it is different on the day of service. Fill in the remaining menu items using the food buying guide for assistance. Click on the grocery list tab. All the items for the week are listed by component. Monday is the only day filled in at this point. The top section lists milk needed each day of the week. Monday, 8 gallons of milk are needed. The next section will estimate the amount of whole milk needed for children under the age of 2. Subtract this amount from the total in the first section when applicable. No whole milk is needed in this example. Next, fruits and vegetables are listed by day and meal. The first item listed is the fresh pears for breakfast on Monday. According to the estimate, 12.75 pounds are needed if there are none on hand. If 3 pounds are on hand in your inventory, enter 3 under quantity on hand. The 3 pounds are subtracted from the 12.75 total pounds needed. The quantity to purchase is 9.75 pounds. Scroll down to the meat alternate section where meat lasagna is listed for lunch. The standardized recipe for 50 will list the additional ingredients needed. These can be entered under Other Foods at the bottom of the sheet. The next section is grains. An asterisk is listed by whole grain rich items. The grain for breakfast on Monday is a banana muffin. Again, refer to the recipe for list of ingredients needed. The AM snack includes Triscuits. 4.75 8.5-ounce boxes are listed. Lasagna noodles are already included in the lasagna recipe. 2.25 dozen whole grain mini bagels are needed for the PM snack listed. The last section on the shopping list is for other items not already included, such as ingredients for standardized recipes, condiments, and non-food items such as napkins and plastic gloves. The top 10 rows for other foods listed on the breakfast and lunch menu if applicable. Enter information in columns 2 through 5 for all menu items on all 5 days and enter the date. Click on the Menu tab, then click on Print Pages in the upper right corner or click on File and then Print in the upper left corner. The menu, 5 days of food, production records, and the shopping list will print. Keep the paper copies of the food production records in the kitchen. Use them as a guide to prepare meals each day. Record the actual amount of food prepared in column 7 if different from column 6. Complete the actual number served section after meals have been served each day. The last column of the food production record is titled Comments. Use it to record food temperatures, CN label information, and amount of food left over. Anytime a menu substitution is made, record it on the printed copy of the menu and also on the corresponding food production record. Final copies of both must match. When the week is completed, file these records in the monthly CACFP folder. If this is a cycle menu, record the week of the cycle menu on the menu here. Use this as a template for cycle menus. Make a copy of this file before entering the dates, actual number served, quantities in column 7, or ingredients on hand. Save it in the CACFP folder on your computer and name it according to the week, such as Winter Cycle Menu Week 1. This will save time as columns 1 through 5 will be pre-populated. If the enrollment changes over time, adjust the estimated number to be served. Only enter quantities on hand and unit cost. Unit cost may be used to calculate menu costs. This concludes the lesson on using the Excel food production record. If you have questions about using this file, please contact your CACFP consultant or the state agency. Contact information can be found in the front of the manual.